Welcome to my hardcore Minecraft journey.
Okay,
where
I was
today,
gonna
we are
see.
thrown straight into the
I was
abyss
gonna
of
criticize
hardcore
this
Minecraft.
video. I
Come
wanna
with me
see
as
what
we
I
build a
think
starter
about
base,
it.
battle the wilderness, and forge our first gear. Now get ready, because this is hardcore. Alright, here we go. This is an interesting spawn. I will say I do like it, though. There's coal immediately up here, so let's go harness the power of coal before it dies off. But we're going to start off with the classic Minecraft start of beating my fists into a tree. Here we go. Boom. Crafting table? I heard a skeleton. The most dangerous thing in this world at the moment is a skeleton. As soon as I acquired this crafting table, I immediately set off to create my first wooden tool, which I would immediately throw away as I got stone. Once I had stone, I could immediately upgrade this pickaxe into a stone pickaxe. Once I had that, I could get more stone to make an axe and a sword. Next, I set out on the journey to find my starter base location, which inevitably would be a very cool location. Now, as I was trying to find stuff, I stumbled upon some sheep which would allow me to get my very first bed. And as soon as I was done killing those sheep, I stumbled upon this shipwreck, which I think is a very unique location that not many people discover in their very first days. I immediately set out to dig out all the interior of this shipwreck, making sure to preserve all the natural woodworking and the masterpiece that this ship is. I also made sure to keep an eye out for any precious materials hiding away in a chest. Now, they weren't quite hard to find, but eventually I found them all. Where are these chests? There's one. What do we get? Do we get diamonds before we get iron? Nope. But we get carrots and we get moss. Here we go. Maybe this one will get me diamonds. No, it gets... That's brutal. And there's another chest. Perfect. Iron. I immediately used this iron to create my very first iron pickaxe. I then had my very first night sleep in this world, and then I was back into the mines, trying to mine for some more iron and coal. Now the ship did have a treasure map, which I set out to find, and it was very tricky, but eventually I found it way down deep. Aha! It did fall down? That's crazy. Well, got our first diamonds. Immediately these diamonds were put to use, going back into the mines to get myself a full set of diamond armor.
So far, the music seems louder than his voice. That's because I have it low. If I check, it will be. The music is way too loud, because it's louder than his voice at 10% volume. The other thing is the scripting. I don't know if it seems lazy or if it seems like it's too much, but something in here just screams one side of the bad opposites. I don't know. He could definitely work on his scripting. Yeah, that's way too loud. What? Okay, there we go.
Well, with that one little bit of mining, where we went down one strip, all used up all of our torches, we got 21 diamonds, which is pretty good, and should get us the rest of our diamond armor. Chest plate. Legs.
Okay, this could just be my criticism, but I always hated that voice he does.
Boots. Give me the helmet. Bink, bink, bink. They took 0 damage, and we're replacing them. Full diamond armor, baby. I was then on a quest to get an enchanting table when Wow, wow, wow. That is possibly the loudest thunderstrike I have ever heard. And I am down in the mines. I'm at the lowest possible Y value, and I heard that. That's crazy, you guys. That was so loud. Here's number 3, right there, and number 4, and... Holy cow. I want to go up to this storm.
The only thing here, he's putting too many filler words in. Like, right here.
And number 4, Y value. And I heard that. That's crazy, you guys. That was so loud. Here's number 3.
Like, he could have just
Right
stopped
there.
it right.
Crazy, you guys. That was so heard. And I am down in the mines.
He could have even left the mines part out. But he should have just stopped talking and let that marinate in people's heads.
I'm at the lowest possible Y value, and I heard that. That's crazy, you guys. That was so loud. Here's number 3, right there.
In this part,
and
the number 3, number 4, like, they can see your hotbar.
Holy cow. I want to go up to this storm.
But right
It's
there.
probably on fire and burned up by now. Yep, it's definitely gone.
Ranger has always had the driest sense of humor. I mean, it's the kid-friendly sense of humor. It's not like the TV-14 sense of humor, or like if you watch my night streams, I have like that TVMA sort of humor. Ranger's always had that kind of kid-friendly humor. I can't fault him on that. That's what gets views. I do like the cinematic shots.
Holy cow. Once I had finished up watching the storm, I moved on to creating my enchanting
Classic
setup,
Ranger doesn't
which
know how
I
to
had the
craft.
enchantment table for, but I still needed the leather for the books. And I decided to make myself a pen for both sheep and cows to complete this task of getting the bookshelves set up.
This has nothing to do with the video, but what is this design?
Sheepies, bring in some sheep pest, don't mind me. Bah. See, my Minecraft instincts tell me pickaxe is always the first enchant. But hardcore, if you're dead, you ain't getting that pickaxe, so... If I get efficiency, it's gonna make getting XP so much faster. And if I'm just going for coal, alright, we're going pickaxe. Please, something good. I'll take it. Once I had my enchanting set up, I needed to get levels, so off to the nether I went. The big,
The mine
bad
cores, yeah.
nether. It's not so scary, right? Nope. This is terrible. Terrible spawn. Give myself a little box here, though. Okay. This is actually a terrible spawn. Where do I go? There's no quartz around here. How am I supposed to find quartz? This might be dangerous. We're gonna bridge up here. The Bed Wars is paying off. Akin Speed Bridge. Hello. Hello. Don't mind me.
Again with the
Getting some
filler
XP.
words.
Don't
That's
mind
one
me.
thing he could work on.
Yes. Yes. Different biome. Different biome. Safe biome. I knew we were going the right direction. Levels. I'm just gonna become a mole. A little mole. Mole man. Now that I have XP, let me go ahead and enchant some of my armor. And you know, this is actually probably gonna take a while, so what if I get some villagers instead?
I feel like you probably should have showed the enchants
some of
here.
my
Like,
armor.
obviously, you showed the
And you
black.
know, this is actually probably... Let me go ahead and enchant some of my armor. And
Did
you know,
he even
now
look
that I
at
have
the
XP, let me go ahead and
Depth
enchant
Strider?
some
What
of
the
my armor.
fuck?
And you know,
You didn't take Depth Strider over Blast Rock?
well, this is actually probably going to take a while, so what if I get some villagers instead?
You probably could have shown the enchants there. I would say the main criticism so far is the scripting, or the, I guess, script writing. Although a lot of it's more recording while it's happening, but even then. But the other thing is, I kind of want more gameplay, less cinematic. Also, quieter music. Maybe a better music choice. Not a better music choice, but more music, if that makes sense.
Oh, I just gotta... Aha! I just gotta jump. Two, sir. You. Yep, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that. I don't like
Come
that
here.
voice.
Fly. Well, this is easier than all other past methods.
The
of
editing's
transporting
good.
them.
Ranger's always been a good
Moments after
editor.
building an enclosure for the villagers, I realized that, well, the green one was a nitwit. I gotta go back and get a whole nother villager now. Ugh. Once I guaranteed that the villager I was grabbing wasn't a nitwit and could actually breed with the other ones, it was off to the races with getting enchantments and going through the process over and over again of the fun lectern spam we all love. Now that I have all my armor and tools fully enchanted, it means I can start building the starter base. Now, one of the resources that I need is mangrove wood, and this is going to be quite a journey to get, as I'm pretty sure it's about 4,000 to 5,000 blocks away. This is not going to be fun.
I feel a little indifferent here about a cinematic shot. I feel like he could have done this part better. The cinematic shot is good.
We made it back with...
I don't know if it needed to be included there. I feel like it could have just been more of a compilation. Maybe more like a map sort of thing. Or like in Pirates of the Caribbean sort of thing. Or like in Pirates of the Caribbean or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like a map. I'll probably edit it in, show you what I'm talking about. But I think he could have added something like that, maybe. I don't know. I feel a little indifferent about the cinematic shot.
with the mangrove propagules.
The other thing is, I don't know how I feel about the shaders on the cinematic shots. It just feels a little too much. He needs to dial it down a bit and show more simple stuff. And that doesn't just apply to Ranger. I see that with a lot of YouTubers. They need to show more simple things.
And unfortunately, before this place gets prettier, it's gonna get uglier. So let's figure out exactly where I want to plant these, because I think we're just gonna put them over here in the water. One. You can't plant them in water, I guess. Okay, we take down this tree. And we take down this tree. This is a decent spot, I suppose. There we go. And not only do we need the mangrove wood for our build, we actually need the leaves as well. Now, another big thing that we actually need is moss, and I don't think I have any. Let me make sure. Moss, any moss? Moss. I do have moss, never mind. In that case, let's set up an auto composting thing so that I can farm out some moss, because I need a couple thousand.
See, like right here, without the shaders and stuff, with just like, you know, the cows and the villagers and stuff in the background, it looks good. You could have added more of that night there, unless he just actually went to sleep. I didn't see. He might have just gone to sleep for the night. I mean, it makes sense. He's in hardcore. Yeah, you can see he went to sleep there. Mind.
And look at that. We have a working moss farm, which hopefully will then collect the about 1,400 moss that we're going to need much faster than I could manually. So I'm going to let this run for
I wish he would have
we'll
known more of his POV.
Along with moss, I needed a whole
That's
bunch
just
of
kind
other
of me
materials.
nitpicking.
From birch wood to birch leaves to stone to deep slate, all the way up to smithing tables. Why I have those, don't know, but I need them. So enjoy a quick montage.
Okay, I will say the music hasn't been too bad until now, but actually, what in the blue hell is this song? Oh, what the? Whoa, Ranger, what is this?
It's crazy how I get all the resources for the starter base right at day 100. Day 100. Took me about 50 days to collect all the resources. It could have been done in
The only thing, I guess this could be maybe, like, his recording software. His mic seems to peak a little bit.
50 days.
I mean, mine
If I had
does
done
that too.
The correct way. Just
I think mine literally just did it as I said that.
But instead, to collect all the iron, I went over here, and this is how I killed all the golem. Or this is how I got my iron. I'd come over here, and I'd go like this.
Just wait for his
him,
hardcore world to end.
And I would manually kill him.
Why are you not critting
All
him?
by myself. And I had to get around 6 stacks of iron that way. Here's all the resources I need. It's in 5 double chests. I feel like it should be more than this because it's around 14,000 blocks, but this is it. Yeah, it's a lot of stone material because the actual build is maybe 50% of it. Now, a quick little interruption here before we continue on to the build. If you've made it this far in the video and you have enjoyed, I would really appreciate it if you would consider liking and
Okay, that's actually a
subscribing.
good
It
spot.
helps the channel a ton, and it really helps me grow. But
I actually really
without
like that
further
he
ado,
did that, like,
welcome to the Harbor Master's Tower.
way more past half point than usual. Oh, is this the infamous start? Is this the start of the infamous build? Is this one of the islands? This is the Castle Island, okay.
Now that we have, he needs quite a lot of upgrades. May I welcome you to the Harbor Master's Tower. Let's head on inside. As you walk in, there's a nice red carpet for you to walk up to the Harbor Master's desk and sign your rights away to him, where he will then store your files inevitably in this
Is
massive...
this a reference? Can't think what it's called, but I know what it's a reference to.
storage files.
Good book series, check it out.
Christmas chests,
I have no clue what it's called.
It'll look better once
The ranger will tell me, or if I remember how to edit it.
Upstairs into the observatory level. This is where he does all of his research on the lake and the harbor. As you can see here, this is a telescopic view out of his telescope, which is linked up by remote control into here, and this shows you kind of what you're looking at out in the harbor. Over here is a little replica of some of the pirates that he has come across in the bay and that he's had to defend against. Here's his table for all of his paperwork and meetings. Over here is a nice map of the harbor, which is nowhere close to complete. Over here, you got a rain gauge, so you can see the rain level and how it's affecting the harbor. And then over here is a little water measure, which measures the quality of the water and the makeup of the contents. As you can see, it's mostly water and sand and a couple of minerals down here. Next, we head up into the storage level. This is where he stores all of his paperwork, his files, anything that has to do with the harbor, and a lot more. Over on this wall, you have buoys, mooring, a couple of dive flags, and over on this side, you got a map of the harbor and the surrounding area, a couple of his old little dinghies, some treasures he's found, and just overall a whole bunch of files. Again, this will look a lot better once the Christmas chests are gone, but for the moment, we have those. Lastly, we head up to the top level, which is the Harbor Master's bedroom, which you have his nice bed. He is pretty rich. He does manage the whole harbor. Over
God,
here,
I wish I had my bed.
Desk, his own personal...
It's not an insult to Ranger, it's just, 11:26 a.m. at the time of recording this, and I haven't slept yet.
But if he needs it, there it is. He's got a little furnace here to keep the room warm, and then his favorite thing are his fish tank. This fish tank is filled with the rare fish that he finds from time to time when he goes out fishing or scuba diving and whatnot, and he keeps them in here. Now it is pretty small, so every once in a while he'll have to return them to the ocean, but he likes keeping the fish that he finds in here. And then he walks out onto his grand view. Now it is falling apart a little bit, as this is degraded by the salt water and the weather that comes through here, but this is a nice little view looking out over the entire harbor for him. And this concludes our tour of the Harbor Master's Tower. With the conclusion of the build of our starter base in the Harbor Master's Tower, that is going to be the end of today's episode, as we near day 150 in Hardcore Minecraft, the longest I have ever made it in Hardcore. Now, we made a ton of progress, but there is still a ton more to do, not only in my progression through armor and equipment, but also through my progression of my builds and the storyline of this world. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you further along in the journey.
Okay. That last shot, I don't know. I mean, nobody watches this part. Let's be honest. I don't think a single YouTube viewer watches this part. But I will say the few things that I have to critique: less cinematic shots, a lot more gameplay. And not only that, but in the cinematic shots, I don't really like the BSL shade. I know he's a big fan of the BSLs and all your blues and all your shaders, but I like raw gameplay. I guess that could just be me, because like even my texture packs, but I don't even like shaders. I just like raw gameplay. So, I guess that could be just a little nitpick from me. Another thing is the music. Not really the choice as much as, you know, more drama For example, here with the lightning strike.
Holy cow. I want to go up to this storm.
Like, the music sounds a little more adventurous than dramatic.
Probably on fire and burned up by now. Yep, it's definitely gone. Look at the rain.
I feel like music choice could have been better. Again, it's the first episode of the series. He's not really used to big series like this yet. So I won't give him too much grief. The biggest thing that I've seen, he has to work on his scripts. Because there were so many things here.
Once I had finished
A lot of run-on
I moved
sentences.
on to creating my enchanting setup.
A little less
Which I had my
explaining
enchantment
too.
table for, but I still needed the leather for the books. And I decided to make myself a pen for both sheep and cows to complete this task of getting the bookshelves set up.
He could have just said he made an animal pen.
Sheepies, bringing some sheep past, don't mind me.
He could have.
Bah.
He could have not included that part too.
Next piece, please. I need
I had an example.
myself.
I had an example somewhere. Oh god.
Done killing those sheep, I stumbled upon this shipwreck.
It's somewhere around here.
Iron. Very first night sleeping this.
Yeah.
Perfect. Iron.
When he
I
goes to
immediately used
sleep
this iron
right
to create
here.
My very first iron pickaxe. I then had my very first night sleep in this world, and then I was back into the mine.
Like, I feel like he could have cut the narration there. I mean, I know he didn't actually say this in the real world, at least I don't think he did. He might have actually included it, but he could have said, like, he went to sleep, and he could have said something like, the first of many, or something.
Had my very first night sleep in this world.
I don't know, I just feel like less run-on sentences and more action or drama-filled single sentences, you know? More one-liners. That's what really gets people, more one-liners. I will say, the only thing that was not it was this music here. Yeah. So, overall, great video. I do have a few critiques that I'll send to your inbox. Still a good start to the series. I do know somebody here said something about, like, and I know I responded to it. I didn't actually watch the video yet. This is my first reaction. But this guy talking about, like, you know, music sucks, editing's boring. I didn't think the editing was boring. I think the music, like I said, not the music itself, but, you know, better music for the scenarios. But can't be a chooser of everything, especially like the ones with the scripting. I won't give him too much grief on that because most of it was when he was in game in person. He might have known he was recording it, but he probably was like, okay, I'm just gonna dub over this, you know. Honestly, for the, what did I say, like the first of many nights thing around here, he probably didn't even say anything. He probably just went to sleep. So yeah, I mean, that's my few critiques. But other than that, yeah, overall, great video. Good start to the series. But yeah, it's just my few 2 cents on it. So, yeah. See you guys next time. Or, well, probably just Ranger. I don't think I'm going to actually publish this. Hey guys, watch this Minecraft YouTuber with me. Yeah.